Hi and welcome to the Nagel Spin series, where we bring you all-round reviews of the latest stoves and fires. From efficiency to design, we bring you a 360 view of the best stoves on the market. Our aim is that these reviews will give you the insights you need to choose your new stove with confidence. Today I want to introduce you to a true classic in the stove market, the Charnwood Island One. It has been around for decades and it always proves to be a popular choice due to its trusted reputation. So let's go ahead and see what makes this stove so popular. So let's start with the specs and the stats on this Island One. It's rated as a 5 kilowatt average output, but it can range between 2 and 7 kilowatt. It has an efficiency of 85% on wood and 79% on solid fuel, and it has also passed all the latest particulate emissions levels. Also, Charnwood offer a 10-year warranty on their stove, and they even cover the inner consumable parts for 1 year, which is not common in the stove industry. In terms of the design, this stove has an iconic look with this double door and large glass. It also has a cool to touch handle down here, and this is your air control underneath. At the side of the fire, the first thing that's noticeable about this stove is that it's not very deep. It measures 330 mm from the back of the stove to the handle front. Also, you'll notice there's a little socket here, which is something that I'll get into a little bit later. At the back of the stove, we can see the outline of the air system built into the stove. This is what brings the preheated secondary air up to the top of the fire, which makes the high efficiency. And also we have the rear flue outlet on the back, and also there's a top outlet for the flue here. Further down the bottom here, we have the air intake, which is the direct air supply. And also you have a direct air supply into the center underneath as well. So you can go back or underneath with the direct air on this stove. As we go around to the side again we have a simple design on the side and back around to the front. When you purchase this stove new, what's included in the stove is as follows. You have your manual and your handles in this pack, your standard Charnwood leather gloves. These are your brick baffles, which you will need to install when you get the stove installed first. And also we got the flue collar, which can, as we said, can be fitted on the top or on the back here. Internally on this stove, we'll see the converting grate, which is one of the unique features of this stove. And also we'll see the vermiculite lining internally. The converting grate is a really unique feature on these Charnwood stoves, as it can convert to burning wood efficiently or burning coal. So it's a really unique feature, and it's really something that we think is a great feature on the Charnwood models. Another really nice feature on this stove is the fuel air slider located behind the main air control underneath the fire. You use this in combination with the converter grate to control the airflow. When you have the grate open for solid fuel, you pull the air slider out, and for burning wood, when the grate is closed, you push the air slider back. It's a simple yet an effective way to adjust the airflow depending on the fuel that you're burning. Underneath the grate, you can use your handle attachment to remove the ash pan, and this simply just inserts in the circular hole and you pull out your ash pan. A really nice feature that Charnwood also offer is this little carrying handle that makes it really stable when you remove the ash from the ash pan. So with every stove, there's a number of notables and nitpicks, and my 3 favourite features of this Charnwood stove would firstly be that converting grate that we spoke about internally, which can be rotated from the socket on the right hand side. Also, I really do love the positive feel that this door handle does give when you open and close the fire. It really tightens the door into the fire and makes it a really solid seal. And finally, my last favourite feature, even though it's an add-on to the stove, is the option of using the top flue outlet as a hot plate. This gives the stove yet another purpose, but also looks sleek and does not take from the design. In terms of nitpicks, my first is definitely going to be controversial, but I am personally not a lover of this double door design. I feel it brings an element of extra work opening and closing the door when refueling, and also the bar right down the centre definitely does obstruct the view when lighting. However, I wonder, would the island stove have the same appeal without this iconic double door design? Also, a slight nitpick I would have is the design of the ash pan on this stove. It is open back on the back, and I do understand where Charnwood are coming from with the design of this ash pan, but I do find that when you are removing the ash pan from this stove, it does drop a little bit of ash around. My final nitpick with this model is the distance combustible from the rear and the side. Charnwood states that the distance needed from the sides and the rear is 500 millimeters. Now you can purchase a heat shield separately, which will bring this rear distance down to 100 millimeters, but that's at an additional cost. And personally, I find that that is a bit of a downside, as many of the manufacturers are now including heat shields as standard. The Charnwood Island One has always been an iconic stove, and it will continue to be. It's a really fantastic stove, what it is. It will always be a great seller for us. I hope you enjoyed my review on it. If you'd like any further information, please feel free to give us a call. We have these stoves on display in our showroom, and also I'd like to thank you for watching.